And then you need your separate firm operational checking account. This is for your day-to-day costs where you're paying your rent, you're, buying your office supplies, you're paying your payroll, and you cannot mix those two accounts together. So the client trust account, every transaction that goes in and out of that client trust account must be thoroughly documented in the client's file, in your books and in your own records. You need to make sure that if at any point either the client asks you for a breakdown of how much money do I have and where it went, or the state bar comes and asks you the money in your trust account, who does it belong to, that you can easily justify who every penny belongs to. So this is very crucial. Needs to be monitored and managed with the utmost diligence. And one of the most important thing is to make sure that once you earn the fees on the case, whether you submitted an invoice for your hourly billing and you have a retainer in a trust account that you can take the money out, you need to take your money out as soon as it becomes identifiable as yours, so that you don't just let it sit there. You cannot let your money sit in the client's trust account. This is something that is the state bar is very strict on. So every time you generate an invoice for the client, you need to show that, okay, here's an invoice for $1,000. $1,000 was removed from the trust account. The records in the trust account reflect that, and the client sees a statement of how much money is still remaining, how much money has been taken out. If you receive a settlement check for the client, once you're done figuring out how the money gets distributed, you write the checks out of the trust account that goes to your client, to anybody else that gets paid from those funds, and any funds that go to you as the attorney for your legal fees. They must be deposited into your business checking account. They cannot go into your personal account. You need to keep your personal account separate. So that's why you need the trust account and the business checking account. And then you pay yourself from your business checking account. So this step that goes from the trust to the business is also very important, because if you omit it and you write the check from the trust account just to yourself personally and you put it into your personal account, it's potentially could be a red flag with the state bar. It could cause problems down the line. So managing your bank accounts, setting them up the right way, and keeping very accurate, your bookkeeping, especially of the trust account, and balancing and reconciling it on a regular basis is very important. California imposed an additional requirement that every year, once the attorney renews their state bar fees, the attorney must certify that they have balanced their trust account, that there are no discrepancies. So that if you have for example, in your practice management software, if you can see a list of what are the funds in my trust account, which client still has remaining funds in my trust account, that number must match what is actually in your trust account. And even if it's off by 5 cents, you need to go back, review every single transaction, and fix the discrepancy. So I cannot stress it enough, like how important this step is. Um, you need when choosing your banker, you need to pick a bank you can trust, a bank where you feel comfortable, a bank that's convenient to you, so you don't have to keep all the client checks in your pocket for 2 weeks because you just don't have time to go and deposit them on the other side of town. It needs to be with an institution that knows how to handle the IOLTA accounts, and where you can set everything up. It really doesn't matter whether it's a credit union, whether you are choosing one of the bigger banks. It just needs to be a bank where you know how they work. They have you can call them and say, like, hey, something, there's an error, something didn't get deposited, the check didn't clear, something that they will be able to handle those situations for you without giving you additional level of stress and headaches in trying to figure out what happened with your money. So just pick somebody that you feel comfortable with. All right. The next part, let's talk about the accounting software and technology implementation and how it can help you with all of the accounting issues that we've previously discussed. Um, Here at LegalSoft, as part of the incubation project, we will provide your firm with the accounting services. So we have amazing accounting team. They will set up your QuickBooks, they will manage your accounts, they will balance your accounts, they will monitor all the transactions and balance out your trust account to make sure that you're in compliance, that everything is balanced out. So you're I mean, any attorney can do it on their own, and it can be done however works for you. You can do it with pen and paper and keep the old school ledgers where you handwrite all the transactions. You can use QuickBooks. You can use any other software that's available out there. There are no specific requirements as to what you shouldn't use. But why waste a lot of time experimenting with it and figuring it out and learning from your own mistakes when you can just have the experts do it for you? It will be much easier and it will save you a lot of time.